Hello everyone, PolishLynx here, and let's continue with Narcissu, of course. Do you like Gerberas? Yes, but I like the white ones more. As she spoke, she pointed to the other vase, at the white lilies. Generally, as visiting flowers, their scent was too strong. This vase wasn't one that we prepared, but I could imagine who the sender was. A person who would send such a gift. There weren't that many. A church person brought those. Indeed. Looks like they decided to come. They said they'd come again. The girl happily answered that she liked lilies. Most likely it was a priest or a sister who had come to visit. Considering the girl's circumstances, it wasn't surprising that the church would do something like that. Even for people who were not of the faithful, they were included without distinction and with a merciful spirit. In a way, it was exactly like this place. But for this girl, she probably didn't understand it much. Even if both parents were Christians, the girl herself had not been baptized and was young and innocent. Yes. About mom and dad. At a sudden question about the parents, I jumped. This was the thing I worried about facing the most. I was told they are on a long trip. So, for a while, they won't be able to come to visit. Who said such a thing? I swallowed down the words of the immediate question. Perhaps a doctor or a nurse. There was also a chance it had been a priest or a sister. But no matter who it was, it didn't seem I would be able to contradict it. To speak of this lie, to say that we simply shouldn't lie, that it is an evil. Yeah, I wasn't childish enough to believe that would be the end of such matters. I didn't know who had said it, but their feelings were probably the same as mine. If someone from a long distance were to find an excuse to condemn this act, I'd want them to teach us, who are directly in contact with things, some other way. I think it's more of bending the truth, not lying. I mean, from what I understood, the parents of that girl are dead, so you can say their souls are on the trip to heaven, probably. If this act were to be called evil, then all of us, I suppose, would be evil people. Going along with the lie would probably mean I was an accomplice. I wonder if mom will come back soon. Always, she'd make pudding for me. So, on a son, we'll eat together, right? Yeah, I will look forward to it. Beyond that, I couldn't find any words to reply with. It was just, against the intense pressure of being able to say nothing, I couldn't help but string together whatever words I could. Yeah. Say, let's go to the cafeteria. Just before I ate breakfast. It's fine. I'll buy you ice cream. Again. Once again, as if pushing her from behind, we headed to the usual hospital cafeteria. Danilo and Alice, we became friends. Really, it was closer to being patraché, but we are unable to die with them. That's why I was Nano's number one best friend, Alois. But continue to hold secrets. Could I truly be called a friend? And also, the fact that the girl herself would soon be dying. Just how long must that be concealed? A few days after today, a clear summer sky also spread wide. Under that sky, today the two of us went out into the courtyard. Phew, today is a bit hot, isn't it? Well, it is about time we go back. I want to stay out a bit more. As she spoke, she turned a happy face towards me. She had really become attached to me. It probably didn't need saying, but there were no people around of similar age. The majority on the 7th floor were the elderly. That was why, even more so, I meant to always be near her. Why does this place not have flowers? Before her I spread a flower bed. Among the colorful flowers and the green grass that could be seen, only that corner was in a barren state. Did they wither? Well, I can't say that they didn't. Oh, that's a little sad. As she spoke, she seems a bit desolate. But that area was for flowers that bloomed in the spring. Having already finished blooming, they were simply gone now, as they should be. But you know, next month we will plant seeds again. I'm sure soon it will be lively again. Okay. At those words she once again answered with a happy face. To that girl, I continued with words that I suddenly recalled. The wilderness and the dry land shall be glad, the desert shall rejoice and blossom. These are words from the book of Isaiah. And so I began to explain to the girl how in the 35th chapter there was the passage, the wilderness and the dry land shall be glad, to the desert shall rejoice and blossom. Like the crocus, it shall blossom. It shall blossom abundantly and rejoice with joy and singing. I don't think I understand very well. Well, don't be sad because there's nothing. It is because there's nothing that joy can be born, might be what it means. Well, it sounds amazing. I'm not really anything like that. For some reason the girl was impressed, but I deny it. I just know the words of scripture and saints. That's all. It's not as if they're my own words, you see. Then, One-san knows a lot, doesn't she? Well, I might know a lot about that sort of thing. A professor. A professor. Professor Croquette, now I get it. I wouldn't go that far, but it sounds like kinda nice, doesn't it? Then, do you know about that? As she spoke, what she pointed to was the phoenix, palm growing at the hospital's entrance. I've been thinking that's a pineapple tree, but... Pineapple? It's really big, right? Well, it's true that they look similar. So why do you think no one's eating it? She wasn't joking. I was pretty sure this child was saying it seriously. Should I correct her? Should I agree with her? For just a moment, I debated before. Yeah, you've noticed the important part, didn't you? Truth is, that's a pineapple tree. Just as I thought. But you know, this absolutely must be kept a secret. Why? Because if everyone found out, it'd be eaten up, right? So, until it grows much, much bigger, we're keeping it a secret. I see. Just like Professor. The girl answered as if greatly impressed. And you know, I also know some other things. What? What? With expectant eyes, the girl looked at me. And facing the girl, I took from my pocket my rosary and may the bountiful blessings and grace of the Lord be upon you. Joining my hands, closing my eyes, I offered a prayer for the girl. Okay, all done. What was that just now? Is it like a magic spell? A magic spell? Well, it's a bit different from that. Certainly, if it were a saint or an archbishop, maybe it could have been called a spell or magic. But I was neither a pastor nor the clergy, just one of the faithful. So it wasn't anything extravagant like a sacrament. It was nothing more than a simple prayer. Then, a charm? Something like that. Or just a way to ease the mind. From the start I wasn't expecting it to be effective, and really that reason wasn't why prayer existed to begin with. But well, since we're at it, calling it magic is fine. And got it. And then she showed me her usual bright smile. We, who had become friends, Nello and Alois. Up until now, even though we were supposed to be close friends, I, who could do nothing other than buy her ice cream. Such an Alois found one more thing that she could do for the girl. Okay, that started. But without thinking, the word slipped out. It looked like today was also going to be a true midsummer day. And in that, while heading to the usual hospital, I turned to a different place. The church. Since that day before going to the beach, it was my second time coming here. For some reason, Himeko-san did not try to meet with Chihiro-san. More accurately, it was probably not just Chihiro-san. Family and friends, anyone close, one could believe that she was avoiding them. And so like this, in her stead, I came to Chihiro-san. The same as before, as I quietly opened the door, my feet step in. Chihiro-san. Ah, Setsumi-san. I've brought this. As I spoke, I handed over the key I was entrusted with. Himeko-san said to hand this over. I see. Thank you. In such heat. As she replied and accepted the key, Chihiro-san gave me her usual calm smile. And then from her pocket she took out a handkerchief. The sweat that was running down my face, she gently rubbed it off. Thank you. And so, can you tell One-chan for me? If there's a time that she needs it, tell her to just say, anytime. Alright. All while she was speaking, Chihiro-san continued to dab away my sweat. Well then. Wait a moment. May the bountiful blessing and the grace of the Lord be upon you. Again, for my sake? For that question, there came no answer. Just the usual gentle, smiled faced me. When I left the church, it was like a deluge of cicada cries. The sun right overhead dropped sharp black short shadows during the peak of the heat. In the middle of this, Chihiro-san said she would go now to university, and when that ended, would come again to the 7th floor. Saturdays, she also went to a school for the disabled, and Sundays helped with mass, so she said. I was sure that compared to people of similar age, she was entirely different. They would pass their time in self-centered and fun ways. This way of life, whether it was only Chihiro-san who followed the path, or if one were a Catholic, it was perfectly natural. I didn't know. once again. Coming to the hospital, I followed the white tape running along the floor and headed to the elevator. Okay. So she got to elevator and we'll see what will happen. Well, you can read something, but let's say you didn't read that, and we'll read that in the next episode. So, see ya in the next one. Bye.